Evening YouTube. I am General Soul, bringing you MLB 23 Road to the Show. Some of you who've been with the channel since the beginning may be saying, wait, Soul, didn't you already do that? Yes, and anyone who knows me from my previous channel knows that I am a perfectionist to the point that if I make one minor mistake that I cannot correct, I will scrap an entire project and start all over rather than continue with that mistake. And I made a pretty major mistake of forgetting to press record during a game. I didn't realize that I forgot to press record until I went to turn off the recording and it was wanting to turn on. And it had already saved the game had already saved, so I couldn't go back to play that game. And instead of just saying, well, I accidentally didn't record and this is what happened, I just said, you know what, fuck it, we'll just start all over. Maybe we'll get a different team. I've completely scrapped that picture and made a new one, and I'm not doing face scan ever again. Second time I tried doing face scan and I look hideous. I actually sent pictures to friends and it's like, do I really look this bad? Male friend says looks just like me, while female friends is like, it looks nothing like you. So so I wonder who's lying. I think I trust the male friends more. Anyway, we're going to start a new campaign. We're going to skip the story here. Okay, I have made the character, so we don't have to sit through making the character. And I turned off the face scan, so.
With the MLB draft already underway, a young prospect gets a call from an experienced scout.
I'm talking to the Mets because that is my favorite team. But I don't want to play for the Mets unless I randomly get selected. So I'll be the centerpiece. I'm open to play for the Mets, but I'm going to let the game randomly pick. Now, this is your choice. This is what determines what you're going to get. If you're open, you're going to randomly be placed on a team. If you pick your favorite team, you're going to be drafted by your favorite team, period. If you go with the bottom one, you will pick your team. Wow, one of my friends says it doesn't look like you because it doesn't have gray hair. It's like it was a face scan. I would like to do World Series in the Hall of Fame. Look, I don't know if this option actually has anything, but I'd like Hall of Fame and World Series championship. All right, let's see who picked us. I'm open for any team other than a rival of the Mets. I won't play for a rival of the Mets because I just absolutely hate the rivals. Cleveland. Took me a second. Like, who is it? Oh, Cleveland. All right.
What?
Don't hate them, don't love them. Never actually played for Cleveland. Or is it Chicago? No, I'm a Cub. Okay. So I'm a Cub. All right. If this had been back around before the Rockies and the Marlins joined, I would have immediately said, hell no, because they were a rival of the Mets. But I don't mind this. And they're pitching. They need pitching. They need pitching. If their ace is an 80 overall, yeah, I could be the ace here. So, if we look at their starters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I need to be at least a 75 overall to be the number 5 starter. So we do have to work at least, because even AAA, 1, 2, 3, 4, I could be the 5th starter on AAA, because I am 67 overall, because even though I deleted my character, I still had stuff that I had unlocked that I put on him. In fact, let's go look that over real quick. Would you quit? I am busy. Hello, Zoe. Okay, so we are pretty much doing the same thing we did last time. We're going to be a control pitcher, cheesy painter. We have for our perks, we have a diamond velocity 2, break 3, and we have a gold control 2. For our pitches, we have the 2-seam fastball, we have a splitter, we have a sweeping curve, we have a slider, and we have a Vulcan change. Fastest we will throw is about 80 miles or 90 miles per hour. And it cuts towards hand side. So then we have our splitter that goes down for an off speed. We have our breaking ball, which is our sweeping curve, which moves the same direction as the fastball. And we have our slider. They all break in the same direction. Then we have the Vulcan change, which is a off speed that drops down like the splitter, but a little bit slower. I have my equipment on. I need to take a look at my equipment style. Glove. I like to put on the colors of the team I'm on for my equipment. So if we do that, I'm going to say more navy blue than blue. Web style, we're going to do that. We're going to do navy blue again. Laces, make the laces white. Or, no, let's make them red. Palm color is red. Trim is white. Binding, let's make the binding, keep the binding red. Welting, let's make white. There we go. Basically red, white, and blue. We are the Smokies. I've never played against the Smokies. I've never played for the Smokies. I've never played for the Cubs. So this is going to be brand new for me. Fielding gear. I don't think I have any fielding gear on, except for the little wrist guard here. So our team color, blue, red, white, and blue. I'm going to keep it blue. Sleeves, I want a right sleeve. Compression sleeve. All right, perfect. Field eyewear. Here's the problem. Let's do this. Okay, as I was saying, here is the issue with eyewear. If you actually put on for gear eyewear, you're not always going to have your eyewear on. I could put it always, and it's still going to be like, I'm not always going to wear them. But if I don't put on a brand and just put on eyewear, I will wear eyewear like they're glasses. Cleats. Tongue. Let's make that tongue white. All right. I can live with this. Those look not bad. Okay. This is going to be a new experience for me because, like I said, I've never played against or for the Smokies, so I don't even know who we're going to play against. This is going to be brand new. I'm actually in a league I've never been in. All right, so yeah, we'll just do it like this because that way it'll be like I'm wearing glasses. Because if I put on the shades, I'm not always going to wear them. I'll never wear them, and I wear glasses. I need glasses. Anyway, we are a 67 overall. Let me take a look at this league. Northern League. Trash Pandas. I played against the Trash Pandas, Baron. I've never played against the Smokies, but I know I played against the Trash Pandas, and I'm pretty sure I played against the Barons. Not sure if I played against the Lookouts. All right. Let's take a look at this calendar here. So our first game is there.
Getting your first hit out of the way, your first at bat, takes a lot of pressure off you. The first time stepping into the Oakland Coliseum, I was nervous. You know, I'm facing Dave Stewart. You know, I faced him one time in spring training prior to that. And now everything that you dreamed about, you know, being in the big leagues, being in the show, you know, I walk up there as second hitter, and I'm looking like, oh my, I'm finally here. And he could have rolled the ball and probably swung at it.
Okay, so Tennessee. We're from Tennessee, and we're going against Birmingham. Yeah, Lookouts. I think I have played against, but I don't recall ever playing against the Smokies. All right, let's play here. I don't know any of these names. So this Luis Verdugo sounds somewhat familiar, but that may not have actually played against him. But I don't know any of these guys. All right. I look fucking evil there.
And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. Opening day baseball on the show.
We
It's
are
the
home, right?
Birmingham Barons and
Yeah.
the Tennessee
This is
Smokies.
we're Main Street Field. All right.
First pitch coming your way next.
Boy, you have some acne.
So just about set now. And on the mound today, Tony Woodson. What should we keep an eye on here?
It's always interesting to see how he utilizes all of his pitches and how many of those he has a good feel for on that given day. When he's right, he's really able to keep hitters guessing, and all of his stuff seems to be coming out of the same arm slot, the same tunnel, and that can make life very difficult on his opponents.
Ready to go now? And now here is number 8.
I have no idea who this team is for.
The wind of the pitch. That misses. And a new season is officially underway.
Okay. You want him to still go low and away? All right.
In for a strike. And the count 1-1.
Number 3. That would be the curveball.
And the pitch. Line to left, and that's just foul.
Whew. Okay, that's a splitter. Let's bring that in.
1-2 here. Swing and a miss at the splitter, and it's a strikeout.
Tell you what, those are the types of guys pitchers really like to punch out when they're on the mound, because if they get on, just the distraction that they create with all that speed over on the base pass, it could take away your focus from the next hitter, and that's the last thing you want to do is serve up a pitch that a guy hits over the fence, and it's a multi-run home run.
Run that in on his
And
hands.
here it comes. Foul back our way, and that's out of play.
Okay.
Misses inside.
Okay.
It's a ball and 2 strikes.
It's a good take.
It was a good take. Two is the splitter. Let's go low and away.
The wind and the pitch.
Got him.
In the dirt. Throw to first. In time for the second out. Good job to clean it up after the drop third strike.
Well, anytime you can punch out the top 2 guys in a lineup to start an inning, got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound, because when you think of just having a distraction, table setters on the base paths, and all of a sudden you're dealing with the number 3 hitter, any distraction can cause you to serve up a cookie, and instead of it being a solo shot, it's a 2 or 3 run homer.
Makes the play, and it's out number 3. End of a half inning of play. So
Buying
it's
him
on
a
to
beer.
The bottom of inning number 1, no score. Second inning set to go, and now the first baseman, DJ Gladney.
DJ Gladney.
Hey, no outs now.
All right, you want low and in.
Now the right-hander ready to go. Still no score. And a foul ball.
Ooh, they are looking for it there. Another fastball. Let's go up this time.
You'll one. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
Quickly in an 0-2
All right,
count,
you want
gotta
the
figure out a
splitter.
way
Let's
to
go away.
shorten your path to the baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance.
Got him.
Swings and misses, struck him out.
Well, that splitter out of the hand, it just sort of jumps on you, and your interpretation is, here comes a fastball again. Well, it never really reaches because the bottom falls out of it and you swing over the top, and that's why they call it a split finger fastball, because it looks like a four-seamer.
Even though it's considered an off-speed pitch.
And next is the designated hitter, Craig
Splitter.
Didelo.
Let's go low and in.
And that one
Okay.
just misses. A ball and no strikes.
Hey, let's go right here.
Ball can change. All right. Let's go low and away this time.
And he deals. There's the strike. No score here in the second. Next one misses, and it's 2-1.
Okay. You want another splitter, down and in. How come we don't have any ball girls? All right, let's do one running away
Down
from him.
base is empty.
Got him.
Back-to-back strikeouts.
Yeah, there's no doubt, Boog. Electric stuff from the jump. I mean, there's just no messing around right now. It's still very early, but we could see a pretty impressive outing here if the strikeouts keep coming in the way they are. One thing you have to be aware of, though, is
Ooh.
a high strikeout rate.
I would have
impact the
swung at
pitch
that.
count as the innings roll on.
That would have been close enough that I would have swung. And then I would have bitched at myself for doing that.
Hey, place it first. Place it first.
The 1-0.
All right, broken change.
And that one missing low.
Not showing great command so far in this at-bat. 2-0 count. He's got to execute here, or this could get ugly.
Splitter low and away.
Misses with the 2-0, and he's fired 3 straight outside the strike zone. And a strike. Kicks and deals. Fouls one away, and now 3 and 2.
I got some help there. If he had done that, ooh. Okay, you want it to run inside low.
And a pitch. Foul ball, and it remains a full
He was
count.
looking for that. You know, I have some breaking pitches too. Thank you. You're calling for the curveball.
The wide to kick the pitch.
Got him.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Had him out front for strike 3. So they go quietly there. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. We're tied, 0-0.
Apartment complex there kind of reminds me of Wrigley Field a little bit. Not really, but
On to the 3rd inning, and here's the catcher, Adam Hackenberg.
Adam Hackenberg.
I was lucky enough whenever I was a kid that we had the Chicago channel that played Cubs and White Sox games available in Texas. And I also, growing up, had the New York channel that played Mets games. That's really how I became a Mets fan. All right, so you want me to go with the splitter.
Breaking ball in there for a strike.
Not really a breaking ball, but okay. Thank you.
Little dribbler up along 3rd.
Got him.
Zips it across, and a quick out, number 1.
Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 30.
But yeah, I became a Mets
now
fan.
here's a speed threat, outfielder Eric Hernandez.
It may not be an interesting story to you guys, but I always think it's an interesting story how I became a Mets fan.
Spot in today's lineup, and he's usually in center.
Could you shut up?
Ball 1, no strikes.
So, oh God, they just will not shut up.
Into the outfield to move into right field, so he can let his center fielder take those balls in the gap and kind of like a little day off.
That's in there, and it's 1-1.
Okay, as I'm trying to say, so I didn't like any kind of sports growing up. I didn't care for football, basketball, hockey, baseball, wrestling, boxing, nothing. I didn't like any of that. I was into Transformers and He-Man. That was a strike 3. That was a strike 3. Anyway, year 1988 is where I really started discovering sports and started getting into them. Got into pro wrestling because of a video game, and then started checking out what was back then WWF, and at that time Jim Crockett Promotions before Ted Turner bought it, and we had the local regional world class here, and that's an out. And around that time, they used to, whenever I was a kid, they had these booklets that you could buy, these sticker packs and put stickers in them, and generally they would do that kind of stuff for like movies for kids, and I was trying to collect all the stickers for a movie, and I guess at the time that I went to go buy a couple of packs because I was almost done with the booklet, they had they had basically stopped making them. The grocery store I went to did not have them. So, and me being the kind of kid I was like, I have money, I must spend it. I must spend this money. What can I spend it on? And looking around, I was like, well, I hear kids collect baseball cards, so fuck it, let's buy some baseball cards. Didn't know a damn thing about baseball. Didn't know any of the teams.
That is cut on and missed. That is strike 2.
In fact, whenever I was asked who my favorite team was from the baseball cards, I said Tigers because Tiger was my favorite animal. No more reason. Could never watch the Tigers though. But I ended up taking those baseball cards to school one day, And my best friend at the time started looking through the baseball cards, and he just went wild over this one card for a player named Darryl Strawberry, who was on the Mets. Like saying this is his favorite player, he's how awesome he is, and that stuck with me. Because I said I knew nothing about baseball, nothing about sports. So when he's saying Darryl Strawberry is his favorite player, I paid attention to that. And flipping through the channels is whenever I figured out that we had the New York station that played Mets games, because Mets was on quite often. So I started watching the Mets play to see this Darryl Strawberry, and I started learning about the Mets players, and this was 1988. They were a decent team. They almost made it to the World Series if it weren't for the Dodgers that year, which is where my hatred of the Dodgers comes from. My hatred of a lot of teams comes from that time period. So I'm going to just say I hated the Cubs, I hated the Pirates, I hated the Cardinals, I hated the Expos. I didn't get to where I hate the teams that I hate now until they reworked the standings for the expansions.
And he pumps it a strike.
And whenever the Braves were in the same division as the Mets and were constantly winning, I'm just like, fuck you guys. And yes, I could have watched Braves games because we had TBS and they always played the Braves, but fuck the Braves.
Right-hander kick steals. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
But yeah, I ended up like becoming a big fan of Darryl Strawberry, Sid Fernandez, David Cohn, Doc Gooden, Kevin McReynolds, Gary Carter, Keith Hernandez,
Quite the start to this game on the mound, looking very dangerous to these hitters.
Howard Johnson. So yeah, I became a big Mets fan. I would watch their games all the time up until the New York station was taken off the air in my area.
Getting ready to hit.
I have no idea what he wants. He's not calling for a pitch. So we'll do a curveball.
That one's in there, 0-1.
So yeah, that's how I became a Mets fan. And that's how I got to where I hate a lot of National League teams because they were rivals of the Mets. I never really cared either way on the American League teams. Most American League teams, I either am just like, I don't really care one way or the other, or yeah, I can respect them.
Pitch is in the dirt. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
I mean, of course, at that time period, everyone was like, the Athletics were just amazing at that time. Jose Canseco was the man. And it's amazing how almost immediately after Jose Canseco got traded to the Rangers, which was the local team, he just went to shit. He was never the same after he helped assist a home run by it bouncing off of his head. I remember I saw that live because my grandfather was visiting. My grandparents were visiting. My grandfather would watch the Rangers.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
I laughed so hard at that.
To begin the ball game, to the bottom of inning number 4 now.
I remember when I would visit them and the Mets were on, I'd watch the Mets, and my grandfather, I remember one game, Sid Fernandez, he was pitching a clinic. My grandfather was just like, he is a damn good pitcher. It's like, yes, he is.
DJ Gladney.
Of course, when we had Anthony Young, that was not fun.
Woodson back to work.
I wonder, was that record ever broken?
And it's 0-1.
For those that don't know what I'm talking about, I think his name was Anthony Young. I know his last name was Young. But he was a Mets starting pitcher in the early 90s when the Mets started to not be as good. And he set a record for most losses in a row by a starting pitcher. something like 27. It got to the point where I was like, every time he came up, he started, I'm like, well, we've lost this one.
Off the mark there. Now 1-2.
Well, that's kind of what you expect in an 0-2 count. Excellent job of the hitter to have the plate discipline to lay off of that pitch.
Into center and a base hit.
Is that the first hit?
Now batting.
But yeah, that's pretty much how I got into baseball
Next is the
and
designated
became a
hitter,
Mets fan.
Didolo. 0 for 1. He struck out swinging last time. Swings and lines a base hit.
I'm going for a double play ball, and it goes right to where no one's at. And third base. Question for you. Question for third base. Why the fuck did you run to third base instead of try and help grab that first?
Straight to it. That's great work right there.
First and second, no outs. Now it's the second baseman, Gilbert Sanchez. He's 0 for 1.
All right, we are trying for a ground ball for a double play. All right, so we want the slider.
And a pitch. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time.
All right, if I strike him out, cool. If I not, I want that ground ball.
The 0-2. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. And that is a big first out.
Well, I'd say
I still want the double play.
That one, you don't want to leave it in the umpire's hands. Even though it ended up outside the zone, it still was close enough to where it looked like it could drop down right on that corner and get the call. Last thing you want to do is get punched out by the umpire knowing you could have at least fouled the pitch off and kept the at-bat going.
And now Adam Hackenberg. And first offering is fouled off. Gladney at second. Didolo over at first with one away. Swing and a miss. And that's strike 2.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
That's what we're trying for, that or a strikeout.
Line drive, and it's just foul. That was close.
Well, they say it's a game of inches, and that's a perfect example right there. Could have been a big swing in this game if it stayed fair.
The pitch. Got him swinging.
Now at 10 Ks with still a few innings left, so expect him to add on to that total. And pitchers are looking to have a strikeout per inning. I mean, that's excellent work.
I was not really paying attention to the strikeouts. I knew I had quite a few. I didn't think I was at 10. So I'm averaging 2 strikeouts an inning now.
The next to hit, 0 for 1 with a flyout.
All right. Now I don't really care about the double play. I just want to get an out.
Swings and misses. Strike 1. First and second, 2 down. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes.
All right. So you want the curve.
Righty delivers. Swing and a miss.
Struck out the side.
He swung over top of the curveball. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left stranded. Last half of the 5th coming up. The Smokies on top 2-0. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. And now the shortstop, number 6.
Just looking at this ballpark, I mean, it just reminds me of like Wrigley Field. Like, can you just imagine living at the apartments right next to Wrigley Field?
Fastball for a strike. 0-1.
And it really looks like these hitters have been.
That rent must be expensive because they're just like, yeah, do you want a room seeing into Wrigley Field for their games? Okay, he called for a curveball, I believe.
And a foul ball. 0-2 now.
Got him with the slider.
And he struck him out. And he's down on strikes for the second time today. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
So up
All
next,
right, he wants
number 8.
fastball on the way.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
It would have been nice to get chased.
Johan Santana pitch, and when he was in his prime, you would see a lot of guys out in front, right-handers pulling that change up in the stands, and then fouling the fastball the opposite field up into the stands.
Loved Johan Santana. But
1-1.
that no-hitter he threw, that was amazing. I loved it because I loved it and hated it because it was the first no-hitter in Mets history, but it also ended his career.
Line drive, base hit, and that's going to roll to the wall. Around first.
Yeah, it looked like we were doing a shift.
And he pulls in with a double for his first hit of the year.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
1 out, runner at second. And here is Yoelqui Cespedes. Got a curve,
Is that how you say
As
Cespedes?
a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit's probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
Here comes the 0-1. Out in front and
That
foul
slider
to the
did
left
not
side.
slide.
1 out and a runner at second. Out
And that
towards left
splitter
center.
didn't split.
Wogu settles underneath it. Hauls it in for the out.
Yeah, that was a wasted RBI opportunity, but
Now
a competitor like him, he is looking forward to making up for it in his next at-bat.
Montgomery.
Now the third baseman, Colson Montgomery.
Get ahead of him right here.
And there's the strike.
Tonight, his slider has been really impressive. I mean, tight spin. Seems like the hitters aren't picking it up out of the hand.
Get down now.
At the belt and fires. Check swing. No appeal.
Ooh, I would have appealed. I would have appealed. Okay, you want the fastball low and away.
Runner leads away at second. Fouls one off out of play. Back to our left. Man on second, 2 down. He goes down looking. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. On to the bottom of inning number 6. The Smokies have the lead 2-0. Welcome back. And now the first baseman, DJ Gladney.
The first baseman, DJ Gladney.
The wind of the pitch. Swing and a miss. That's strike 1.
Well, this guy on the mound's done a lot better than we would have expected, and the hitters just don't seem to have the right game plan. They're taking too many mistake pitches for called strikes.
These aren't mistake pitches.
Flips the corner, and it's 0-2. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Couldn't catch up to the heater. A big performance on the mound. Lots of strikeouts. That was number 14.
Yeah, clearly trusting his stuff in this one, Boog. Feeling really good about what he's working with, and that really allows a guy to attack hitters. You know, such an important mindset to have out there on the mound, especially when you're ahead in the count with 2 strikes.
And now Craig Dedalo. And the first pitch misses for
Okay.
ball 1.
I'm pretty happy with my performance so far in this game. 14 strikeouts. I never thought I would reach that.
Hey, all right, here we go now.
There's a strike. So now 1-2.
Okay, perfect. 3. All right, so let's backdoor that curveball in. Oh, went right down the middle.
And this one could be extra bases. And that's going to roll to the wall. Around first, heading for 2. In safely. It's a double. And his second hit.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. That pretty much split the zone down the middle. And
Yeah, that curveball went right down the middle. I'm just lucky it didn't go over the fence. As soon as I saw it going towards the middle, I was like, oh,
Here's
shit.
The second baseman, Yolbert Sanchez, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts.
Can we make it 3?
1-0. Runner at second here, 1 gone. Next offering is in for a strike. Bounced up the middle. Verdugo in plenty of time to first.
Okay.
That's out number 2.
Well, there's a lot riding on that at bat right there. Nice job of the pitcher to bear down, make the pitch, get the ground ball. Excellent piece of work.
So 2 down now, and here is Adam Hackenberg.
And this is a big opportunity for him to pick
Yeah,
up
I was
his
about to say, I
teammate
think
here.
this might be the end of my pitching.
That just misses, and that's ball 1.
So I may finish the inning, but I don't think I'm going to be in the 8th.
Didolo at third with 2 away. That one to first.
He's got it.
Young takes it to the bag. That's
Okay, I
the
think
third
my
out.
game is
So
done.
No runs here and a base hit, no errors, and 1 left. 7th inning stretch time. The Smokies have the advantage, 2-0.
And we don't have Harry Carey to sing "Take Us Out to the Ball Game."
Ryan Barucki into the
I
game.
think I was going to
And
pitch
this guy
again.
can bring it velocity-wise.
How are you? Oh, that was last year. I was like, how do you already have 2 wins? All right. And we
His
win.
first save of the season is in the books, and that was a nice job
And my
of
first
him
win.
coming in the game and closing it out. He's off and running now.
2-0 your final here in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
Not bad. So we went 7 innings, gave up 4 hits, made 14 strikeouts, no walks, no earned runs. It's not bad. Not bad at all. That was actually... Oh, we got a pitching perk. It's our progress. All right. So, I definitely was not expecting to get 14 strikeouts. I would have been happy with 9, or at least 7. Alright, let's see. Got that. Okay, can only pick 1. Velocity 4 and break 1 are the only ones I don't have, so let's go velocity 4, even though I'll never use it. Alright, let's move ahead. My next game will be here against Montgomery, whoever this is. So we want to simulate.
A minor league pitching coach.
All right, so this is about the bullpen. But I'm not going to be in the bullpen before my next game.
Players have to develop not just on the field, but
All right, so
in
we've
the weight
lost
room as well.
twice.
Minor league manager Rachel Balkovec joins me. Rachel, how important is it for players to make that progress in their off-the-field training and conditioning?
It is absolutely crucial. And I think that more and more, when I first got in the game in 2012, it was relatively new. But now we're talking about if you're not doing it, you're behind. So it's hard to believe, but every single player is lifting 2 times a week in season at least. And that's through playing, 6-7 days a week. They're still lifting before the games, which I don't think a lot of people understand.
True.
How consistent they are and how much that helps them to keep their energy levels up throughout the season.
Okay, I just waiting for them to stop talking. So if you enjoyed the video, drop a like. Feel free to subscribe for more. You can follow me on Twitch where I do stream MLB 23 and more. And I will see you guys next time.